Let's all play What's My Line? And now, let's meet this week's What's My Line panel. First, that bouncing Motown recording star, Soupy Sales.
There's an old show business expression that says, for every light on Broadway, Con Edison makes 20 cents. But here's a bright light on Broadway, Miss Anita Gillette.
Thank you very much, Soupy. I'd like to introduce now a sweet, lovable, adorable. Yesterday was just sweet and lovable. He's also adorable and cute. Orson B.
Thank you. I'd like to present a young lady with whom I would gladly share a plate of milk toast any day of the week and twice on Sunday, Miss Arlene Francis.
Thank you. And now a gentleman who started out on television as a weatherman, and when the skies cleared, he became our anchor man, moderator Wally Bruner.
Yeah, Wally.
And I can, speak almost the same language in both jobs, because you can't be too positive being a weatherman either. So that's a very good qualification for doing What's My Line. But welcome to What's My Line, because during the next 30 minutes, you're going to meet some interesting people engaged in unusual occupations, which we hope will baffle our panel of experts. And in addition, the panel will face a mystery celebrity guest just a bit later on. But now, panel, are we ready?
We certainly are.
Okay, let's begin. Will our first challenger enter and sign in, please? James Proco. Where are you from, Jim?
Right here in New York City.
In New York City. Well, panel, I think is obvious from his uniform. Jim, of course, is an usher right here in our What's My Line studios. And in addition to that, he is also a college student. But being a man of many, many parts and playing many, many roles, he has still yet another job. And that's where you come in to see if you can find out just exactly what Jim's other job is. So I'll tell you, he performs a service, he's salaried, and now let's show our audience exactly what his line is. Remind you once again, he is salaried, deals in a service, and, how about Soupy? Let's begin with Soupy Sales. All right.
Okay. As usual in the case of Jim, that when you're an usher at a studio, you're interested in...
What?
I said, usually when you're an usher at a theater in a studio, is it on? That you're interested in some phases of show business. This extra activity that you have, Jim, that's an extra job, does it have anything to do with show business?
I think so. Maybe.
I would say maybe in the very broadest sense, I would think in the very broadest sense it might have.
He goes out
on
with
the
broads.
very fringes of show business. We'll put it like that.
That's beside the point, sir.
Is there some phase of show business?
On the fringe.
On the fringe. He makes fringe for the costumes and cabaret. All right. Is it on the fringe? Is it something that has to do with some people in show business?
No.
No, that's one down, and we go to Anita.
Jim, would I like to use your service?
Indirectly, you might, yes.
Indirectly. Would Orson like to use your service?
Indirectly also.
Oh, I see. So it doesn't really matter whether it's a man or a woman.
No.
I see. When you perform your service, do people come to you for this service?
Yes.
They do come to you. Do you perform your service in a building, enclosure of some
Yes.
sort? Do you require any sort of uniform or a type garb other than your, regular street
Yes.
clothes? You do. Is your uniform? Wait a minute. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, I had a whole line going. Oh, what am I going to say? Do you also do you use some kind of equipment when you perform this service, like a instrument or implement?
No.
No, I think that is a no. That's 2 down, Orson B.
Mercy, the way I couldn't picture what the instrument could be. An instrument of torture, perhaps.
Oh, I don't know.
Now, when people come to you to have you perform this service for them, would they likely come all alone?
No.
They
No.
would come in a band. No.
3
Oh,
down,
mercy.
Arlene.
It's not fair.
Oh, so you deal with groups of people when you do this service?
Well, let's say more than one.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Do you instruct in any way?
No, it's not part of the job.
Whoops, small conference.
Oops, oops, oops.
I think that where there may be a degree of advice given to the people that come for this particular service, we could really not say that he does give a degree of instruction. So I'll concur with our challenger and say that a no is correct. That's 4 down, and we go to Soupy sales.
This service that you provide, Jim, do you deal with any other groups other than people in this service?
No.
Like,
No, that's 5 down. I need a Gillette.
When you perform your service in a building where you perform it, these groups of people hire you to take them around a building for any
No.
reason?
No, that's 6 down, Orson.
I want to pursue a thought. The group of people that might come to you, is that a small group?
In small in number?
Small in number? I mean, might it be 2?
Yes.
Would it be 2?
Not necessarily.
No, not necessarily. No. Then I'm not thinking of the right thing. I hope. All right, now, when this little group comes to you, seeks you out, you're wearing something. I assume it would help me to find out what you have on, right?
Yes.
Are you fully clad?
Yes.
Thank goodness. All right. Otherwise, the group could run flying out of the room. All right, now, what you're wearing, could it be a suit like what you have with maybe just something changed about it?
Like he has with something
No.
changed? No. That's 7 down, Arlene.
Is there anything athletic about what you
No.
advise?
No, that's 8 down. Soupy, 15 seconds.
in your job, Jim, do you ever move around? I mean, maybe go up and down?
No.
Reportedly so. Whoops, small conference.
I didn't know what to do.
In my job.
Well, let's say that allegedly, in this particular job, that he may well have his ups and downs, allegedly.
And this takes place in a building?
Yes.
Do you ever have to touch anything in your job, say, to go from up to down? Like a knob or a handle or a door? Or a button?
I think time's up. I'm going
I
to
think
flip
it's an
over.
elephant.
The only thing that I can think of that, allegedly that he touches is the side of his nose when he goes up and down chimneys. Because meet Santa Claus. Really, Jim, you're one of Santa's helpers, isn't
That's
that
right.
correct?
That's correct. He's very busy until the night before Christmas, so he sends his helpers out.
Right, and so you are Santa Claus at where?
Lord and Taylor's here in New York.
Lord & Taylor's department store, and this is going to be, how many years now?
This will be the second year I've done it.
Second year that he has become Santa Claus. You really don't look like it. You look very young, and your voice isn't very deep. How do you manage it?
Well, I have to, talk from way down
You
here.
project
With the
from way down
costume and
here.
everything, it helps.
We have some pictures showing Jim at work, so if we could take a look, you can see just how excellent the transformation is. Look at that. If that doesn't look like the real thing.
Jim, do you ever have a kid come up to you and smack you in the mouth and say, that's for last year?
Almost.
Almost, but continued success to you. You baffled the panel and won the game. And Jim, we're delighted to have
Well, thank
one
you.
of Santa's helpers here in our studio each week. Thank you so much. We'll be back to meet another challenger as What's My Line continues.
All What's My Line contestants receive the space-age pipe called The Pipe, a collection of 6 pipes in 4 styles, The Pipe with a pure carbon liner. And a handsome men's gift set of Burley Cologne Aftershave and Talc, Burley, the rugged new aroma from the makers of Old Spice. And an Enchantress, that's the name of this exquisite set of Sarah Coventry jewelry, shimmering and sparkling with glowing imported Austrian rhinestones, designed by Sarah Coventry.
Well, I don't know if the panel can't guess Santa Claus. It doesn't look like a very Merry Christmas in store for the four of you. You're in trouble before the season even gets here, you know.
He doesn't work in an elevator, does he?
I thought it was an elevator operator. Because
That's
they had
close.
a guy at my building that was an elevator operator for 18 years, and they fired him yesterday because the regular man came back.
Well, let's give you another chance and meet our next challenger. Would you enter and sign in, please? Charlotte Drury. Mrs. Drury, where are you from?
Jackson Heights.
Jackson Heights, New York. Right. Okay. And I see you have a few friends there in the audience. Would you like to lean in just a little bit there? We want to hear every word. Panel, may I tell you that Mrs. Drury is salaried and she deals in a service. And may I also remind you that there is a product connected. And now let's show the audience what her line is. May I remind you again, she is salaried, deals in a product, and let's begin with Arlene.
Is it a service that I might use?
Yes.
Is it a service that requires some dexterity?
You mean for you to use it?
Yes, or for her to give it to me, as it were.
Specialized.
Well, I think where there may well be a degree of specialization, remember that it is a product connected to this particular service. And I think the service itself, we must try to pursue what the product is, I think would be the simplest way of arriving at this particular occupation. So
Is it
I will just sort of ignore that question. And we'll
All
go.
right. Is it a product that one can hold in one's hand?
No.
No, that's one down, Soupy sales.
Is this product bigger than a bread box?
Yes, it is.
Is it a product that would be used by men as well as by women?
Yes.
Is it a product that touches the human body in any way?
No.
Whoops, small conference.
Partially.
I would say that when this particular product is in use, it would certainly come in contact with some part of the human body. But
All right. Is this product used in, say, in the home?
No.
that's two down, and we go to Anita.
Ah, it is not used in the home. Is it used in or near water?
Yes.
In or near water?
Yes.
Yes,
It is used in or near water. Is it much larger than a bread box?
Yes, it is.
Much larger.
Much larger than a bread box. Would it be some sort of boat or something like
Yes,
that?
it would.
It would be.
Yes.
And this is the product that you use in your service, is a boat, right?
Yes.
Do you operate this boat in any way?
No.
I guess that's. Do you do something to this boat?
Small conference.
Ooh.
Well, the boat is the product that is connected, and in this particular case, Mrs. Drury says that she has nothing to do
Nothing to do with.
with operating. What we need to know is what
Is
exactly
she
she
has to
does.
do
So
with
I'm
that
going to have to
boat.
give you a no on
Oh,
that
I
one,
see.
Anita, and go on to
Well,
Orson.
Orson, it's all yours.
Yes. Now, do you instruct in some way?
No.
No, that's four down. Arlene?
Are these boats large enough to carry more than 2 or 3 passengers?
Sometimes.
Is it possible that these boats are decorated in some special way by you?
No.
No, that's five down. Soupy.
Well, how many different kind of boats are dinghies? Is it in the dinghy line? I'm pretty dingy today myself. A dinghy isn't a big boat. That's a small boat.
Yes, it is.
The boat, then do you sell a boat?
No.
Sell? No. That's six down. Anita.
Do you have anything to do with possibly arranging trips for people on boats?
Yes, I do.
I see. Are you a sort of travel agent or book a particular cruise or something on boats?
Panel, yes.
Circle line.
Is it the line that goes around the Manhattan?
No.
Oh.
I'm
Or
gonna
is
have
it
to
a
flip all the
Mediterranean
cards.
cruise, a
You're
Caribbean
very
cruise,
close.
the Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mary, or whatever.
She rents
Queen
yachts.
Christina.
Rents yachts.
She rents yachts. But panel, may I tell you that Mrs. Drury works for Wakefield Fortune Incorporated, which is a travel agency, and they arrange yacht cruises. And that's really a new way to go on vacation, isn't it? To rent
It
your own yacht.
certainly is, especially for the people who don't own their own yacht. And there's been such a demand for this that we've become specialists in the last
Do you have a
years.
crew that goes with it, a crew that you rent to?
The yachts all have their own crew.
Oh,
Well, where do people usually go?
Well,
Scorpius.
I'd say the Caribbean is a fabulous cruising area, and we have in all cruising areas of the world, the Mediterranean, the Greek islands, the Bahamas, Florida.
Well, listen, if the five of us wanted to go on a trip, what is the smallest boat we could rent from you?
Well, one of the small ones would be a 54-foot yawl.
We have a picture of that, I think, don't we? There it is.
Comes
Oh,
with,
with sails unfurled, and it looks glorious.
she's just beautiful, and it would run for the party of 6, $206 per person, all inclusive for the week.
That includes food and
That
everything?
includes 3 meals daily.
Well, what if we
all
wanted
inclusive.
something a little larger?
Well, we have a 212-foot power yacht on the Mediterranean that I think is absolutely magnificent. Crew of 28.
We'll take the whole studio audience.
But how much is... The only thing that bothers me about this, you know, how much would this cost a week?
Well, with 28 crew members and a party of 12, this yacht would, all-inclusive, $12,000 per the week.
And we have $12,000 a week, and we have a shot of the interior, look, with fireplace, and it looks like one of the more elegant hotels here in New York City. But thank you so much, Mrs. Drury. We enjoyed having you on What's My Line. Thank you very much. We'll be back to meet our mystery guest as What's My Line continues.
Transportation arrangements made through Sabina Airlines. Europe begins in Brussels, and Sabina flies there every day. By the way, if you're planning to be in New York and would like to attend one of our broadcasts, just write for tickets to What's My Line, 51 West 52nd Street, New York, 10019, and be sure to write the word tickets on the envelope.
And now it's time for that very special part of What's My Line. Panel of the blindfolds in place?
yes.
All right, let's meet our mystery guest. Will our mystery challenger enter and sign in, please? Well, I don't think there's any question about our mystery guest having arrived and is now seated beside me. I remind you, panel, I'll give you, it's one question at a time, and I'll give you 2 minutes to try and establish our mystery guest's identity. And let's begin with Orson Bean.
Thank you. May I assume that you are in some form of the show business?
Yes.
Arlene.
Are you known for your work in the theater?
No.
Whoops.
Everybody go?
All right, small conference. Let me say this, that I think that while our mystery challenger certainly answered according to her beliefs, that there is a degree of familiarity by the general public with her particular performances in the theater. However, she may primarily be best known for her activities in another field. Soupy.
You bet.
Would this other activity be in the field of motion pictures?
Yes.
Anita.
Do you live in this city? Most of the time, I mean.
I don't know where you lived. You can't look at me. I would say that I think that our mystery guest
I mean, do you...
in the particular business that she is in, finds herself in this particular city a great deal of the time, but not
Yes.
saying that it is a permanent establishment
see.
here. Orson,
Do
30
you-
seconds.
Are you also working on television?
No.
Not at the particular moment. Arlene.
Are you a singer?
Yes.
Soupy.
Did you get your reputation in the motion pictures by being in musicals?
Yes.
Anita.
Are you in a musical picture right now? I mean, would I be able to see a picture now that it's a musical with you in it?
No.
Musical picture?
Yes,
No.
no.
Orson.
A non-musical picture? Oh,
No.
No. Arlene? 15 seconds.
Well, are you appearing now in a club in New York or a hotel?
No.
Panel, take off your blindfolds and meet the star of Maggie Flynn, Shirley Jones.
Oh, I'm so pleased.
Shirley, never in my life have I heard someone that is starring on Broadway in what is supposed to be a big hit musical, and they say, "Are you known for your work in the theater?" And they say, "No."
Well, I was thinking of the past. Actually, this is my first show, you know.
What a way to start.
So, I think my answer was
that was
correct.
a very bad clue, Shirley.
But Shirley Jones, continued success to you,
Thank
Maggie
you.
Flynn, and I haven't seen it, but I want you just as soon as I possibly can.
Please do.
And
I
thank
think
you
you'll
for being
enjoy
here.
it.
so
Thank
much.
you. I enjoyed it very much.
Shirley Jones. What's My Line will continue right after this word. Now it's time for honest answers, when our panel gives honest answers to questions submitted by our studio audience. And here's the first question. This one is from Mike Rafferty of Staten Island, and it's to Anita. It says, "How tall are you? You seem so little. Don't you have trouble getting mini skirts?"
Well, actually, I am very small. In my stocking feet, I'm 5'1", but anytime anybody asks me, I always lie and say I'm 5'3", because with shoes on I am. But I buy my clothes in the junior department, girls size 6 to 14. And I save money.
And mini skirts are no problem.
No, I don't wear that many mini skirts.
Here's one for Orson. This one's from Larry Schmidt of Potsdam, Pennsylvania. Where did you get the name Orson Bean?
I made it up one terrible day. My real name was Dallas Burroughs, which sounds like a name some nut named Orson Bean would make up and change his name to.
Here is one, and they're getting formal. This one is to Super Sales.
There you go.
But thank you, panel, for those honest answers. And thank you, too, for a good day on What's My Line. Won't you join us again tomorrow for What's My Line?
What's My Line is a Mark Goodson, Bill Topman production. This is Johnny Olson speaking.
Are you watching, you little rascals?
Oh, it's fun, isn't it?
And who subscribes to it?
Go on.
Push the button.
Think of the fun you could have on the tube.
The tube?
You. Tube.
TV tubes. That's a lot of fun, isn't it?
It's going to be a lot more fun if you keep going the way you're going. Go on.
Push the button. Please subscribe.
I hope they're watching.